Gas will be up soon.
Paul, thanks. We'll check back shortly. New details tonight about 2 death investigations involving elderly people. 2 men in our area died this week at their homes, leaving behind their wives who depended on them for assistance and were unable to ask for help.
These are heartbreaking situations. Our Mary Frances Hoot spoke to a local home care provider about the importance of elderly care, and she's here now with details.
Cindy Gregg, Sharon Kelly, CEO of Sharon Senior Services, says most elderly people want to stay in the comfort of their own home, not in a facility, so it's important that someone checks on them every single day.
When you ask people, 99% of the people will say they want to live at home.
A few days ago, the sheriff's office told us an elderly couple died in their home in McMinn County without anyone knowing. The sheriff says the man who was the wife's caregiver passed away downstairs about a week ago. Due to her inability to move, the wife could not access a phone. She passed away this week. In Saudi Daisy today, there was a situation that could have ended the same way. In this case, a husband passed away in his home from natural causes, leaving his wife, who has dementia, there alone. She is alive and receiving medical treatment. Sharon Kelly of Sharon Senior Services believes these incidents can be prevented if the elderly are checked on more often.
I think a person needs to be checked on daily. That's the reason why I said if it can't be a family member needs to talk to a neighbor or someone that's near to be able to contact them if it's an emergency.
There are home care providers who can do this as well. However, it's on the caregiver to get this arranged.
So I'm thinking that the caregiver has to be the driver behind the wheel to actually get their loved ones in to get an assessment done to say what's available, what's out there.
This is especially important for those living at home with dementia because it can be dangerous if they are somehow left alone.
Just not knowing how to call for help, you know, in a timely manner, letting strangers in, not taking medications, not taking a bath, not being dressed.
Kelly has worked in elderly assistance for 22 years and says this isn't something that she just sees happen. She says caregivers, neighbors, and law enforcement need to check in on the elderly people who are living at home and have a plan in place if an emergency were to happen. Live in the studio, Mary Frances Hooch, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.